Hello, word nerds. It's been a little bit since we have recorded a sentence surgeon, and I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. It's from the book called Cool Kids Changing the World, and the sentence says, "They're following their hearts and working hard to make a difference." If we look at the end of the sentence, there is a period, which means that it's either going to be just a basic statement, declarative, or it could mean that somebody is being commanded to do something because it's important, like an imperative type of sentence. So if I read this again, they're following their hearts and working hard to make a difference. Nobody's being commanded to do anything, so this is just going to be a regular declarative sentence. And I hear my dog, Artemis. She's kind of wandering around. I hope she settles down and she doesn't try to jump on up. She might disturb our video just a little bit. Artemis, lay down. Lay down. Okay. We will get back to that sentence structure in just a second. Let's go ahead and look through the sentence for any nouns. Those are people, places, and things. So we have they are, there, following their hearts. Ooh, hearts. That's a thing. So it also has an S on the end. There's more than one, so that makes it a plural noun. All right, and working hard to make a difference. All right, I don't see any other very clear nouns. I will tell you that there is another one in here, but we'll get to it in a second, because I just feel like let's focus on the ones that seem very obvious for now. All right, let's look for verbs, which are action words. They're following. So if somebody is doing the action of following, you know that they are doing something. They are going after something. So that is a verb. Following their hearts and working. Working is also a verb. Hard to make a difference. Make is also a verb, because somebody can make, somebody can follow, and somebody can work. All of those are action words. Let's look for describing words now. So describing words can either be adjectives or adverbs. Adjectives only describe nouns, but adverbs describe any other parts of speech that aren't nouns, usually a verb. They're following their hearts and working hard. Ooh, hard. That's a describing word. What is hard describing? It's how they're working. So how are they working? They're working hard. So since working is a verb, this is going to be not an adjective, but it's an adverb. So it's a describing word that describes working. To a difference. Now, difference is a word where we could kind of think, oh, well, that's describing something. It's kind of like different between. But if you notice here, it has an article in front of it, a difference. So the way that difference is being used right here, it's really showing, it's an abstract thought. It's trying to find another word I can relate to it. But difference is actually that other secret noun I was talking about. So we've got a noun right here. Let's look at the other words that we've got left. We've got there. Notice how they're two totally different types. So there right here has that apostrophe. That's what we call right here. And the apostrophe is because in this word, it's a contraction. And in a contraction, an apostrophe is used to combine two different words to make it one whole word. So tract actually means pull, and we'll have tract as a root later in the year. We've already used con as a root, and con means with, so pull with. But they is a pronoun. It's referring to the group of people. And the apostrophe is replacing the A in the word are. And are is also a verb. So it works alongside following, are following. So it's a contraction made up of a pronoun and a verb. So this there, it's spelled completely differently. And of course there is a third there, but we don't have one in this sentence. So there is referring to a group of people again. So this is another type of pronoun. Oh, I forgot the N. Pronoun. Sorry. That scribbly right here, that's supposed to be an N. Pronoun. So we have and, to, and a. A is one of those articles, which are a, an, or the. They're very short little words. So we have the word to. To is a preposition. I find that it's easiest just to memorize that and to know that to is a preposition, but prepositions are usually meant to show positioning of things. And in this case, it's the positioning of what they're doing, the working, to what they're trying to do, which is make a difference. So it is a little hard and a little confusing. I feel like it's important for me to let you guys know that I struggled with recognizing prepositions for a very, very long time. So it's okay if sometimes prepositions are hard, but if you do memorize some of the ones that are a little trickier, but we use them all the time, like to, it will make it a little easier. So the only word that's left is and is a conjunction. And conjunctions can also join. In this case, it's joining two parts of this this giant sentence. So right here we have they're following their hearts, which is one idea by itself, and working hard to make a difference. So if that there was repeated, they're working hard to make a difference, it would be another sentence that could be by itself. So this one is independent, they're following their hearts, and if there was repeated, they're working hard to make a difference, that could also be independent by itself. So because there are two clauses in here that are independent, they're following their hearts, they're working hard to make a difference, this conjunction actually makes it so that this sentence is a compound sentence. A compound sentence. Just like a compound word takes two different words and joins them together. A little bit different than a contraction. I mean, like the word foot and ball. They're two separate, could be by themselves, but together they make something that makes sense altogether, like a football. All right, and let's look at the subject and the predicate. So because it's a compound sentence, there's actually going to be two predicates. Sometimes there's two subjects, but actually in this sentence, there's only one. So the predicate is the action that's happening in the sentence, and the subject is who's doing it. So what's happening? Let's look at these verbs, because verbs are actions, right? So we have following and working. So following and working. So let's have following and working. And so who's doing the following and the working? They are. And technically speaking, the are is really kind of already combined with the predicate. But since it's a contraction, we're just going to leave it like it is. So they're following, they're working. All right, guys. Thank you so much.